Let me make sure I'm not on my Bluetooth. Give me 1 second. One moment. Alrighty. Yeah, take this breath with me. Oh my God. I want to take three things I'm grateful for. I'm so grateful to be here the now. I'm so grateful to be in a home that is of peace, cleansiness, and well-being. I'm grateful to be in my temple. And one more bonus, I'm grateful to be here present and intentional and purposeful with today's topic. So, what is today about? What are we talking about in this series of reclaiming our time and energy? And today I want to speak about our feminine health and how our health is actually our true birthright. Our well being is our birthright. We're supposed to be in this every day, you know? And I want to just highlight like what I am imagining. So, what I'm imagining today is us reclaiming our birthright of vibrant health, profound joy, and inner peace. I want us to truly journey deeper beyond the surface of wellness into the essence of holistic feminine health. All right. This looks like physical vitality, emotional authenticity, and mental sovereignty, along with that spiritual liberation. So, I have four different layers of what well being looks like, and I'm going to share that with you. Okay. Before I share this with you, if you're new here, welcome. Welcome. I am Angeline, the YoniGatekeeper. And right now we are in a series called Reclaiming Our Time and Energy. And I believe I am in this season of my life where I am taking back my power of who I am. Because I continue as a lover girl, I love to pour in my well-being into others. I just be doing the most, you know. And I noticed that I had come into a temporary season of depletion where my hormonal imbalance started going haywire, where just so much internal turmoil was taking place, and I knew that it was time to step back into my who I am. And I just know that when our body responds that way, it is a message. It is a spiritual message for us to listen, you know, and take immediate action. So this is me today as your Yoni gatekeeper. And I have this mirror here because it is a tool for us. This mirror is a tool so that we can have both of our personality and our design here together in full integrity and in full awareness of self. All right, so that we are able to take those quantum leaps of well-being in a faster way. All right. So today we're going to be speaking about the four things that help us as women to be full in our physical feminine well-being. All right. So that first thing I want to highlight is physical vitality. So that is our body, our temple, right? So our physical body is considered sacred. That's how I look at it. I look at our body like a divine vessel which deserves pure nourishment and conscious care, right? So that feminine vitality is amplified when we are aligned with nature, when we are aligned with amazing, organic, wholesome food, when we are aligned. Forgive me, I am on live and somebody's calling me. I'm going to put my phone on do not disturb. Hopefully it works, but give me one moment. So yeah, I was speaking about how this is how raw today is. I was speaking about how aligning to our internal rhythm, our intentional movement, like yoga. Some of us like to go dancing. Tai Chi is an amazing thing. Um, just anchoring our energy, right? And also tapping into restorative sleep. That in itself is a sacred ritual in rejuvenating our feminine essence. For me personally, I find that it's best for me to share what I'm doing right now in my now, as I have come to the awareness of where my feminine energy may have been compromised, right? And taking full responsibility of the direction of my now knowing of self, right? And knowing that, oh yeah, wait a minute, wait a minute, like, no, and really taking that leap forward. So number two, when you come into this awareness of like well-being, this is where emotional authenticity happens. This is where healing from within takes place, right? So for an example, in order to know that you're taking so many L's, you actually have to take a moment to go into yourself. Like, you really gotta like acknowledge the emotions. Like, you really can't ignore stuff no more. When I tell you that, it will start showing in all different ways. It may start showing in digestive issues. It may start showing in skin issues. It may start showing through your hair. Oh my gosh. So us as women, when we take emotional authenticity, when we call out the things that has been coming for our essence, that have been jeopardizing our essence, when we really speak to it and correct it with our words, curse it if you need to, like the fig tree, like Jesus Christ did. But then also correct it for yourself, correct yourself, right? Understand where you are at in the moment, and really take back your power. So the feminine spirit thrives in emotional authenticity. So if somebody hurts you, call them out. But don't linger in it too long, but call them out. And whatever you have to do to get through your emotional clarity, allow the waves to take place. Because ignoring your emotions becomes an internal storm that manifests as fatigue, depression, anxiety, insecurity. Girl, and it's not fair. It's not yours. It don't belong to you. You came in this world with the knowing of self. You came in this world with beauty, grace, elegance, well-being. Like, that's how you came in here. So healing really does come from courageously acknowledging and expressing your true emotion. It took a lot, because I felt like I had to come out of my feminine to advocate for my feminine. But honestly, all I needed to do was take a step back and realize, wait a minute, take that step back and realize what have taken place, but also expressing that true emotion, speaking that truth and commanding, and bringing, then after you speak your truth, come back to self, come back to center, because emotional health doesn't mean eternal happiness. It means like honoring every emotion as sacred wisdom that's guiding you towards self-awareness. And that's where I'm at right now. I am being guided in towards self-awareness and deeper resilience of mastering my beauty, mastering my ancestral gifts, mastering who I am as Angeline, the Yoni Gatekeeper, mastering a woman that is well in storytelling, that can help and navigate others and guide them in fruitful ways that flourish their lifestyle. That is what it is. Then the third layer of our well-being as feminine women, right? As women, right? Is mental sovereignty. So that is mindful mastery. So I believe that the feminine mind is powerful, yet often becomes distracted by external noise, people, places, and things, and internal criticism from all of that, right? So I feel like true mental health arises from mastering your attention. So one thing about my attention, when I focus my attention on it, baby, I promise you everything turns into golden honey, right? So when you're focusing your attention on something that does not, that is barren, whether that is a man, whether that is a freaking environment, whether that is a friend, a job, when you're focusing your attention on that, you are basically allowing yourself to bless that, like to give it, you know. And what you need to do is bring your attention back to, master your attention back to self, the true self. This is why the mirror is here. Bring your attention back to yourself. Really like comprehend what self is doing, right? Absorb your own essence and energy. Truly absorb. Don't, you know, every day we're going to always have to interact with others, but truly make space to come back to self. Even though some people may not be able to remove the thing that is causing feminine illness, right? So what you have to do is create protective barriers. And the best way you can do that is going back to self and bringing your attention, like really see where your attention is being, who's pulling at your attention, and master where your attention goes. Because where your attention goes, your energy flows. So if you want your attention somewhere else that is more beautiful, take yourself there immediately, and allow the universe to take care what needs to be taken care of. Okay, sometimes we're not supposed to be the ones that's yanking the things out of our life. Sometimes you have to just look that way and allow the universe to take care of what needs to be taken care of, right? Allow the Holy Spirit to take care what needs to be taken care of so that you can be in the correct atmosphere to continue to thrive as the design you're supposed to be, right? Because when you're mastering your attention, you're choosing calmness in the midst of chaos, okay? Like the fishes that harmonize effortlessly within the ocean, your mental sovereignty comes from cultivating stillness and mindfulness and non-reactivity. Because when something is trying to get you to react, it's just trying to get you to bring so much of that potent energy to them, like to whatever it is, right? So now that you know that this thing is desperate for your energy, desperate for reaction, now you are aware of what you can do. Like now you know that, wait a minute, I don't need to react to this. You know, like do your thing, go somewhere else. Like, you know what I mean? Go find ways to bring yourself pleasure. React to pleasure. Respond to pleasure, right? I see women freeing, I see us freeing our mind and having clarity that becomes our strength. And that's where I'm at, freeing my mind and having clarity to become my strength. That is the most beautiful thing. And now the fourth layer of our well-being as women, I see it being a spiritual liberation. Connecting, having spiritual liberation, being liberated by spirit. You know, that is the path of unconditional love, right? And that is the path of unconditional love of self, of your vessel, of who you are as a Holy Spirit, right? So like, and in the moment, you may not be where you want to be in the realms of feeling good, you know, all the time. But this is those moments where you have to like be there for yourself, right? Like even for me today, I felt like the pain body wanted to be acknowledged, right? And so even when I had to come here to do this live, I can feel that it was trying to be chaotic, but I had already cleansed the space, and it helped me to ground myself in this atmosphere so that I can feel it, acknowledge it, but also say, you are okay. You are well, look at you, you know? Everything is okay. You're going to be better than even before. Way, way better. Even to the point, like, you might even, like, shock yourself, you know? And so, even in those moments where you're not feeling all the way, like, having that faith, that love to self, speaking to self, taking that deep breath. Oh, my God, taking that deep breath is what's going to get you to a the deepest level, actually, not even deeper, but the deepest level of feminine wellness, which is profoundly spiritual, right? So real spirituality isn't a mere practice. It's more of an embodying of unconditional love and releasing attachments, judgments, greeds, and fear. And this is a process. This is a process. It can't be something that can occur overnight if you understand how to allow, and train yourself and, have your personality and your design in one room. So again, unconditional love is releasing attachment, that is to people, places, and things. There's thoughts that will continue to float, but just like, I release attachment. Judgment, I release judgment. Greed, I free myself from greed. I free myself from fear. Anything of that, because when you consciously detach from external validations, when you consciously detach from recognizing, you start to recognize your inner divinity. You start to experience this profound spiritual liberation. And that is where I'm at. Lord, thank you. That is where I'm at. I'm entering this now where happiness, peace, and contentment flow so freely from the recognition that my fulfillment of self is an inside job, right? And that right there is inspiring and motivating, to be honest with you. It's something really motivating. So I want to just leave you guys with those four and really think about it. Like, you can write those topics down, like, hey, what are those four layers that is feminine well-being? And you'll see that once you start to acknowledge each layers, right, each body of self, you'll start to really align in true harmony in your true ma'at, right? So I'm going to close this out because I want you guys to integrate what I've spoken of today and to utilize this information as guides for activation, because your health is not granted by others. As much as you want to love somebody and you want somebody to love you back, and as much as you pour into the next person, it's not their responsibility for you to be well, right? And some people, and that's where you have to be your authoritative self. It is your sacred birthright waiting for you to and take, embrace, and fulfill your well-being, because each moment of care and authenticity, mindfulness, and unconditional love is a step back to home. It is a step back into center to yourself, right? So I'm so glad I did this live. I'm so glad I made it today here. And I trust that, like, this is going to create a ripple effect in your lives where healing becomes something deeply and illuminating your path towards a more feminine well-being of lifestyle. So today I guide you, I command you, and with pleasure I see you returning to your essence as I am here in my essence, in my now, right? As you embrace your birthright of what you has been designed to be, and that is of well-being, right? So I thank you for reclaiming your time and energy, because you are much needed in this now, right? And I thank you deeply for being here present with me today. Your willingness to journey, inward and make this collective healing something possible is so beautiful. So, with that being said, guys, I want to warmly invite you to experience something deeper in the feminine well-being and the feminine care through my curated offerings. And you already know I am the known Yoni Steam facilitator, Perry Steam hydrotherapist in Broward County, which is in Fort Lauderdale, South Florida, right? So you can visit me in powervsteam.com. You'll see the link in the bottom of this beautiful video. And this is where you'll be able to explore luxurious V-Steam retreats with me. This is where we're going to be nurturing your feminine essence and tranquility. Check it out. Look what I have to offer, because it's a good time. It's a good time. I've always, in the past 2 years of doing what I do, and the amazing people that I've been able to, like, really help. I help women get pregnant. I've just been doing so much in the feminine realm. I'm so pleased to be in action now in a new location, and I feel so good. And I also would love to invite you guys to explore herbal maintenance, right? We were just talking about feminine well-being today, and this is where you'll find all of your holistic health needs. This is where it will be met, okay? Because true health is the ultimate luxury, right? True health is ultimate elegance, okay? So I want you to embrace wellness as your sacred birthright, and I thank you again for tuning in. This is Angeline, your Yoni Gatekeeper. Be well. Bye, ladies. It's so funny when I have to put my fingers right here.